Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Growfolds, and today we will be, you guessed it, big box store plant shopping at the Lowe's out here in Prosper, Texas. It is the second week of March 2026, and in this video, we will be looking for some more new plant releases, budget-friendly plants, plants for your outdoor spring garden, and we're just gonna go ahead and see what plants we can find today. I am gonna be talking about how to save hundreds and hundreds of dollars for your plant shopping. So stay tuned, follow me as I go big box store plant shopping here. It is going to be a fun one, and wait till the very end to see what plant haul I end up with, or better yet, what plants I don't end up buying. So let's go ahead and go shopping at this Lowe's location out here in Prosper, Texas. All right, so as you can see right here, it is a late afternoon, and I'm actually going out here right after work to go to the Lowe's Garden Center. Spring is almost here, and you can just see right off the bat, we have quite a bit of some spring outdoor plants. So we're gonna go ahead and see what plants we will find in the outdoor garden section, but have no fear, you definitely need to watch till the very end of the video because we are gonna look at some of the new plant finds for 2026. But I did want to go ahead and just talk about some of these outdoor plants. As you can see right here, we have some of these French marigolds, these dwarf marigolds, and these ones are for $1.98. And if you're looking for a plant, if you're doing outdoor gardening, marigolds are a really good flower to put in your beds because they repel plant pests. And if you are like me, where I am growing backyard hens, backyard chickens, they make great food to boost their egg production. But you can see right here, they are already getting a bunch of these gorgeous outdoor gardening plants. Let me know, of course, in the comments section if you are actually doing an outdoor garden as well, because at this channel, not only do I focus on indoor tropical plants with spring 2026, I also want to talk about outdoor Texas gardening or gardening in general. So let's just take a minute and I will talk through some of the outdoor garden plants. Here is a quick teaser of all of the indoor tropical plants we will be looking at later on in this video. I just wanted to make sure that you guys know that this place right here has so many new plant restocks. But before we get into that, let's go look at the outdoor garden section. You can see right here, I just entered the Lowe's Outdoor Garden Center here, and behind me we have a ton of gorgeous hydrangeas. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but before we get into this big box or plant shopping video, I did want to point out, if you haven't already, please make sure, if you like that daily plant content, to press the subscribe button with all the notification bell on, press the like button and hype button, which you just swipe to the left at the very end of this video. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. And then lastly, if you can, please leave a comment in the comments section, especially my pinned comment, because I do want to open up an open discussion about the plants we will be talking about today. So wanted to go ahead and put that out there. And obviously, if you want to directly get in contact with me, the best way to do so is to follow my Instagram page at Growfold. Send me a direct message. I pretty much reply to everybody and anybody. And so for those that are new to the channel, I call my viewers and subscribers plant foldies. Welcome. My name is Richie and I do daily plant content, so definitely check it out. But as you can see right here, I am in the outdoor garden section at Lowe's. Before we go ahead and get into all of the plants indoors, I did want to talk about some of the plant products that I would highly recommend for anybody that is starting their spring outdoor garden, or for anybody that is doing a houseplant reset for March 2026. We're going to talk about fertilizers, and this is one that I have been heavily talking about, and that is the Miracle-Gro all-purpose fertilizer. It is a really good value. It is, I think, for $12.97. Highly recommend this, and this is one that I would say you should definitely add as a staple to any of your plants if you're going to go ahead and give them that extra boost of growth. And then as far as a plant product that I use, if you are doing outdoor gardening for your house plants, you can see, or indoor garden plants, or I say indoor garden plants, actually gardening plants, this is the garden feeder right over here for $17.98. You can definitely boost your plants' growth using Miracle-Gro fertilizer. I truly believe in this product and have been using this for quite a while, at least for the last couple of decades, actually. So that's the thing about going big box or plant shopping. You can find some amazing plant finds. And then obviously, if you're looking to increase the blooms or the yield of, say, your vegetable garden or your blooms or flowering plants, Scott's Super Bloom Fertilizer, $24.98. I really love this as well. It is 2 pounds, and you can see that the middle number, which is a phosphorus, is really what is going to actually increase the potential blooms of your plants. So definitely consider putting this out and utilizing this plant product, this fertilizer, some of the best fertilizers for spring 2026. We also have Osmocote Plus, which is a slow release fertilizer right over here, $15.98. So I would like to know in the comments section, Plant Foldies, what what plant fertilizers are you using for your plants? What would you recommend? And speaking of recommend, I did also want to show you a clip of Danny, who is a plant foldie, that sent her Gracefully Handmade artisan soap. So let's go ahead and look at this unboxing, and then we're going to go to the main event and go big box store plant shopping. Check this out. Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and I just want to do a quick clip for an unboxing from Gracefully Handmade. Thank you, Danny, for sending me some handmade soaps. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox this. Again, guys, definitely support Danny. She is a Super Plant Foldie, and I am just really excited to showcase what kind of soaps we got. My husband Luke was the one that actually pick this out, so I will have the website for you guys to put some orders in. But as you can see right here, it is gracefully packaged. I'm actually gonna see what kind of soaps we have here, and OMG, I love it. Danny, you are amazing. So obviously we have this right over here for 10% off. I want to make sure you show that this is a thank you coupon, so thank you so much, Danny. And we're gonna go ahead and just see what kind of soaps we have here. It looks like she might have added some extra stuff, which I appreciate. And you can see right over here we have all of this extra agave lime. Look at the packaging, y'all. What? And then we also have a Sissel soap saver bag. Like, this is phenomenal. And again, this goes to show that this is made in the United States. I did vote today, so I want to make sure you guys exercise your right as a citizen to vote. But you can see right here, Gracefully Handmade Draining Soap Dish, American Red Alder Wood. I just love the packaging. And again, you can see that there is a care tips right over here. Danny, you have outdone yourself, and I am thankful that I have a platform as well to make sure I promote your small business. You can see right over here, we have luxury body cream right over here. And then we have several soaps that we have available here. The invoice is also in here. And as far as the time it only took about 3 days to reach us. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the soaps. I do love the fact that we have different kinds of soaps right over here, but I can show you just what the example looks like. And if you look at it, not all the bars are perfectly rectangular, which means it is handmade, high quality soaps. And I just want to make sure that everybody understands that when you are supporting a small business, you are actually supporting somebody's goals and dreams. So again, as far as anybody that watches my plant shopping channel, go ahead and go to gracefullyhandmade.com, support Danny. She's got several different types of soaps, and I mean, just look at the colors. So many different varieties. I'm definitely gonna lather up and check these out, but look at all of these gorgeous soaps that we I've gotten from her already. This one right here is Dirty Hand Soap. This one right over here. And I want to go revisit this. Look at this. You know that this soap is actually handmade with a lot of love. And look at the psychedelic look on this one right over here. Anyways, Plant Foldies, this is just my quick unboxing. I hope you guys enjoy today's unboxing video. Please, again, support Gracefully Handmade. Danny, I support you. I will order from you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. So what did you guys all think about Danny's Gracefully Handmade Artisan Soaps? I'm so excited. And Danny, again, thank you for sharing your passion and for starting your small businesses. Just know that Plant Foldies, I am all about supporting you guys in your future endeavors. So definitely let me know if you have any businesses or any products that you are planning on promoting. I definitely want to make sure that I uplift and support everybody as much as you guys have actually uplifted and supported me through all of my plant content. So you can see here, though, we are back in the outdoor garden section, and I am actually in a busy time. There's actually quite a bit of people as I film this video, so I'm gonna try not to get people in the background. But a couple of plants that I did want to highlight is the fact that they have these gorgeous hydrangeas. For instance, not sure if you guys are into hydrangeas, but this one is for $16.98. Really like the look of this. And the thing about hydrangeas is, depending on the amount of acidic soil they have, or acidity of soil, they actually are able to change their color. So I find that quite interesting. And then also, I know that these plants aren't necessarily plants that we grow indoors, but this variegated vinca vine, $4.98. Look at this, it is trailing, and I'm just curious. And Plant Foldies, I say this, I'm just curious if anybody has taken these outdoor garden plants and actually adapted them to become indoor house plants. Let me know if you try to grow a variegated vinca vine. I do think that this is such a pretty plant, and if you have any tips, let me know, because there are a lot of plants that are actually out in the outdoor garden section that you can find for a very premium, budget friendly price. And these plants are sometimes available to become like house plants. So one plant I do see, and this one's considered more of a ground cover, is this Creeping Jenny. Look at this. It is in a 10-inch hanging basket. This one is for $19.98. It almost looks like, you know, it could be a wig. Really love the coloration of this particular plant. And again, it is only for $19.98. So I am desperately trying not to get people in the footage here, but there are quite a bit of people actually shopping. Let me go ahead and continue to go here and show you a couple more plants, and then we're going to go into the indoor tropical section, which is where most of you guys are probably interested, but I like to show you different types of plants. So for instance, Tradescanthia Spiderwort Purple Queen, $8.98. Now, I've seen this outdoor garden plant become an adapted indoor tropical plant. Sometimes I will see a variegated version of this. I love dark foliage plants, and you can see right off the bat, whenever you are shopping at a Lowe's or big box store garden center, there are plants that you can add into your indoor tropical space, or just indoor plants in general. Let me know if you actually grow that. And one other plant I'm going to walk over here is, I wanted to show you the purple shamrock, or the oxalis. So here's what I want to show y'all. So this one right here is a gorgeous purple shamrock, or oxalis triangularis, for $6.98. You can see how pretty this is, and it is in bloom. What I do like about this plant is I have seen this become an adaptable house plant. I know that Sydney Guy House Plants, he actually has a gorgeous one like this, or had one. This one is actually one that I have growing out in my front yard, and it continues to grow back year after year. It is a perennial for my grow zone, which is 8B. And I do have to say, if you are planning on growing a garden this spring season, just know what plants are adaptable for your house plants or your garden by knowing the grow zone that you live in. So like this one right here, this is a gorgeous purple oxalis. What I do also like about this is how it moves with the colors and then the undersides of the actual plant. So purple oxalis is another beautiful one that I would recommend, and you can even grow this indoors, and it continues to actually become good ground cover. I started out with like one or two, and then it has slowly year after year spread, and it continues to spread. It actually has even survived when it was super cold and we actually had snow. For some reason, it still lives. So I don't know. It's an indestructible plant, a gorgeous dark foliage plant. And so I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some details of some of the other outdoor plants. And then we are now going to go into the indoor tropical section. Now, do y'all see this gorgeous begonia right here? This is the purple princess begonia. This one is another one for $19.98. And this is such a gorgeous plant. It does need full sun, but it is one that if I could grow in my grow zone, I would totally do so. So I remember seeing begonias in my home country, the Philippines, and this actual plant just grows year round. It is a tropical plant. It is one that you can get several different types of colors, and it can actually become full walls of gorgeous blooms. So unfortunately, this plant can only be grown in a container for me, or actually in actual annual if it is in grow zone 8B. And then you can see right over here, we do have some more tropical house plants. We've got some more of these right here for $19.98. This is a Croton Petra. We see this in pretty much all my videos, and I don't mind showing you this because it is a plant, again, that reminds me of my home country, the Philippines. Crotons are plants that require quite a bit of light, almost pretty much full sun. They like higher humidity levels if you're able to. And one last thing, crotons absolutely hate being dry for too long. They like consistent watering, and you can see here we have these available. And in this whole section right over here are a bunch of tropical plants that are offered at Lowe's location. So again, when filming this is the second week of March 2026, and you already see we have a lot of beautiful outdoor plants, beautiful flowers. I know some parts of the country are still quite cold. I am fortunate enough to live in North Dallas, where we have pretty moderate weather at this point. It's not cold anymore, and we are on the up and up in terms of just getting even better spring weather. And then over here we have trays and trays of Tropical or Tropic Escape by Costa Farms. So this is another staple of budget-friendly plants that you can grow outdoors or as an indoor house plant. This one is a Dracaena marginata, and then we also have these gorgeous white bird of paradise. This one again is for $6.98. I remember finding a sport variegated bird of paradise last year. Unfortunately, hail ended up killing it because I was actually growing the bird of paradise in full sun outdoors. And then lastly, we have these alocasia right over here. I'm going to just take one down and show you. So this one is for $6.98, and you can see this is another beautiful alocasia. I actually found a variegated alocasia at this particular Lowe's location last year, and I still have it. It is still maintaining its variegation. I do plan on giving you some plant updates, plant foldies about some of my plants from last year. So stay tuned for that. But in order to really get that access, I do remind everybody that a lot of my personal plants or personal blogs are going to be in the YouTube membership tier. So if you haven't already considered joining, press the join button. It's literally the price of a cup of coffee. It is for $3.99, and you will have access to my personal collection of plants, my lifestyle blogs, my travel blogs, and anything else that is outside of my normal big box store plant shopping. But you can see here we do have quite a bit of white bird of paradise. And then now we're just going to make our way for the indoor tropical section. Like I said, again, for an afternoon, a late afternoon, we have quite a bit of people shopping for plants. I did want to show you one last gorgeous plant, and this is a begonia right over here. So this one right here is a begonia double white yellow mix for $19.98. So it's part sun to shade. So this one actually needs to grow in indirect light. Curious to see if anybody grows this type of begonia long term. I do love the look of this. These almost look like roses. I don't know if this one is another plant that you can just take indoors and adapt it as an indoor house plant. Feel free to leave in the comment section plant foldies, and I am just going to go ahead and continue to walk around and make my way to the indoor tropical section. So we're headed into the indoor tropical section, but I did want to show you one more begonia planter here. This one is for $30.90, and I love it. I feel like I need it. I feel like it is a good container plant for my outdoor patio. It is in a hanging basket, and for a budget, it is only for $13.98. And look at how beautiful the blooms are. For those that are begonia lovers, let me know if you actually have grown this plant indoors as well, or is this something that we just grow as a annual for the season. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and just make our way around. Like I said, again, I am really trying to dodge all of the people that are shopping today's video because there's just so many people shopping. There's actually quite a bit of a line to check out because everybody is already into getting their spring garden jump started and actually ready to go. So let me make my way around this way and then spin around. And actually, before we even do that, I do want to show you the quintessential Hydra Helix. This is the Hedera Helix or English Ivy, and this one is for $3.98. Just a common green variety. And I have to say, for those that are watching today's video, what do y'all think of my Monstera shirt? I am really trying to be all stylish for y'all as I continue to make this plant content. And again, I did want to say thank you, and thank you for taking the time to just watch my videos. I know that I have been producing quite a bit, and I am super proud of myself because I have been very, very consistent with it. So one more plant in the outdoor garden section that I want to talk about, and then I promise y'all we are going to go into the indoor tropical section, and this is for $3.98. The variegated ajuga. I love this. The more bright indirect light you give it, the better the coloration is going to look. And you can even just see that the roots are popping out. This one is a thirsty plant, so you just have to make sure that you are providing lots of water, consistent watering. I actually grew this indoors and it was able to become a house plant. I love the variegation of it, and the more light you give it, bright indirect light, the better the coloration is going to pop out. And to my surprise, it is a perennial when I grow it in my grow zone, which is 8B. So curious to see plant foldies, what plants grow in your grow zone. Definitely let me know in the comment section. And definitely, and I've talked about this on multiple videos, please participate in the pinned comment that I have in every single video. I also have, if you didn't know, YouTube quizzes, questions throughout this video. If you don't find them, all you have to do is there's 3 dots usually on your browser. Swipe 3 times. You'll see that there's a comment section, a live chat, a hype button, and if you swipe all the way, you will see the quizzes. I would love for you guys to try that out as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and walk into the indoor tropical section. We are definitely going to start seeing what plants we have, and hopefully we find some really cool looking ones. And right off the bat, look at this. I'm excited. Bam. Oh yes, so this is a massive and fully restocked place with all of the house plants, and I am excited for today's video. Again, we are going to be delving into the new indoor tropical plants for March 2026. So let's go ahead and just talk about it. We are going to be featuring Costa Farms plants, Urban Jungle plants, and LiveTrends design plants. I want you guys to comment on all of the plants that you're seeing today. Let's start with some of the hanging baskets we're seeing. So the first one up is a Tradescanthia Nanook from Costa Farms. This one is for $16.98. This one is in a 6-inch planter. I am truly enjoying this because of the pink foliage that they have right over here. We also have this Syngonium Wellandii. It's actually Syngonium black velvet, but it's really Syngonium rayii. Sorry, Syngonium rayii for $16.98. So lots of hanging basket plants. I'm gonna go ahead and spin around here and kind of show you what else we have. There's again quite a bit of people shopping, so I'm trying not to get people in the actual footage. But as you can see here, I can already see that there are a lot of new Urban Jungle plants. As a plant content creator that tries to do daily plant content, just know that there is so much effort that is placed into making this content. So I really hope you guys are appreciating the consistency on my videos. I do want to also say thank you to those that have taken the time to connect with me via the community tab. So while there are people shopping in that section, I'm going to go ahead and talk about some other plants. Like here, we have some new Costa Farms bonsai, juniper bonsai that just got delivered. This one is for $18.98. This is a juniper bonsai by Costa Farms, and I love bonsai. It is the art of growing a miniature tree in a shallow container. Costa Farms has made them readily available. And again, if you have not checked out thebonsaiSupply.com, use my promo code GROWFOLDS for 10% off your entire purchase. I know that some plant foldies have availed that offer, and you will save quite a bit of money. That's another way to save hundreds and hundreds of dollars on your plants for spring 2026 is using promo codes from plant content creators. Now this one right here is again $18.98, and you can see that this bonsai actually has some potential. It has some movement. I would actually trim it, and truthfully I should probably invest in doing some bonsai content. Like this one right here would be a really good bonsai project. I would trim it down. The Bonsai Supply actually sent me quite a bit of supplies to review, so if you guys think I should do some content revolving around bonsai, I would love to know in the comments section. But this one actually, from right off the bat, there's quite a bit of movement, and one that I feel like would make a good specimen long term. So the good thing about this Lowe's location is even though it is freshly stocked, there are quite a bit of plants, and I have access to them because it's close in proximity to where I am based at. Let's look at a couple more bonsai. Here is another one for $18.98. This is a Chinese elm bonsai. So this one is another bonsai that is deciduous, meaning that this plant will lose its leaves during the fall season, go dormant in the winter, and come back in the spring. Most bonsai that I run across actually need to be grown outdoors. They are not a house plant by any means. There's a few plants that are house plants, but for the most part, bonsai are meant to grow outdoors. So just FYI on that. And as you can see right here, I am looking to the side. You have to wait till the very end of the video to see some of these new plant releases because there's quite a bit here. I'm going to try to get them, but let's go ahead and go back to the section I was talking about. I want to go ahead and talk again about some of the plants that we are finding. Another plant that I like, this house plant in a 6-inch planter, is an Epicremnum panatum Cebu Blue Pothos. Love this. This again is another plant that is endemic to my home country, the Philippines. And check this out, $16.98. And speaking of Philippines, I was actually at a Starbucks when I was shopping at Target not too long ago, and I am so excited to see that Starbucks, at least for this spring seasonal menu, has ube macchiato lattes. And I am shook because for those that don't know, ube is actually a crop that is really mainstream in the Philippines, but now is getting a little bit more globally recognized. It is getting to the same, I guess, status as matcha. As a Filipino American, and I want to just segue a little bit and get off of the plants for just a second. I feel like when something like ube makes it into mainstream American culture, the one thing that I have a concern on is the fact that will ube become, like, the identity of ube be lost? Let me know in the comment section, because most people don't understand that ube is actually a crop that is grown by an indigenous people called the Aita in the Philippines. And I don't know, I just feel like some people might be benefiting too much from it, and the main farmers may not necessarily get the profit for making such a gorgeous and like really yummy crop. I just want to know, and that kind of segues back to even big box or plant shopping, right? We talk about how these are budget friendly and easy care house plants. Just know that we all have our different opinions and options, but I always want to open a discussion. So I want to know in your in the comment section what your thoughts about ube, what y'all think about big box store plants. I would like it to be respectful, because at the end of the day, this channel is all about good vibes, always and only. So let's go ahead and just pick up another hanging basket plant. This is another gorgeous Syngonium for $16.98. And you know, Costa Farms, they do it right. This one's actually 50% off. What? So this is another way to save hundreds of dollars on houseplants, and that's literally going for the clearance plants at big box stores. So this one, instead of it being $16.98, it's going to be a little bit under $9, and this is still a fairly healthy looking Syngonium. I would know if you would actually buy this plant in the comments section, so definitely let me know. But as far as the details, I'm going to go ahead and just pan around, give you some commentary on the plants, let me know your favorites. But I know that in terms of feedback, y'all want to see a lot of the plants in detail, so let's go ahead and take a look. So what's really therapeutic about making big box store plant shopping contents is, number one, you can see that there are quite a bit of plants to look at. It looks like Lowe's has fully restocked their collection, and that's reason why I feel like if you are somebody that's looking to save money, go to a big box store like Lowe's. You can see right over here, we even have very stylish plants for spring 2026. You can see this is a LiveTrends design. This one is for $9.98, and this is some form of aloe vera. LiveTrends design definitely has the most stylish planters, or at least in my opinion, because they kind of align with my modern contemporary vibe that I like. I love minimalistic planters, although I would say this is a shout out to my very loyal Super Plant Foldie Rose. Rose loves Sansevierias, and I can see why, because Sansevierias have a really unique shape to it. And then you can see right here, $11.98. This one is for you, Rose. I do ask anybody that's into Sansevierias, what is it that you like about Sansevierias? For me, I love the fact that they're very easy to take care of, low maintenance plants, and as far as availability, you can see that they're available at a lot of big box stores like Lowe's. And then you can even see right over here. So we've got two different types of Philodendron heteroecium. This one is just a Philodendron heteroecium Brazil. You can see that's in the clear planter, and you can see the beautiful coloration. And then we have one that used to be uncommon, so I would say this is more of an uncommon Philodendron heteroecium. This is a Philodendron heteroecium Rio. And you can tell that this is a Philodendron heteroecium Rio because if you look at the striping, it actually has more of a cream striping as compared to just neon green. And it is for the same price again. This one is for $19.98. You can also see that the roots are very healthy. The only thing about this particular planter is there's no drainage hole, so you would really have to monitor the water levels of this particular plant. And then Urban Jungle Plants has delved into having plants on totem poles. So if you let certain plants like Philodendron heteroecium, for instance, grow on a totem pole, they typically will attach to the totem pole or moss pole or support and will get larger leaves. But this is another way to display and grow your plants. And then over here we have more hanging baskets. You can see right here we have the Pink Angel Fittonia for only $16.98. Love the look of this particular Fittonia as well. Definitely looks like it is actually in bloom, so that's actually really cool. And then we have a new crop of Pachira aquatica. So these are the money tree plants, $15.98, a new Costa Farms houseplant release in terms of the planter.
You can see that it looks like a ceramic planter, but it's actually plastic. I do like the matte finish. I love the fact that it's lightweight, and obviously this is another easy care house plant. You do need to just make sure that in terms of plant pests, this is susceptible to spider mites. So just make sure you are putting it in an area that's not too dry or spraying it with a neem oil spray. But you can see that this is another gorgeous plant. It is one that is given during the Lunar New Year, which we just recently concluded celebrating, and we still have quite a bit of Pachira aquatica. This one is that pastel pink color, and you can see that this is the braided form of it as well. Costa Farms has really upped their game in terms of some of the stylistic approaches of the plant. And then you can see right over here, we do have just some leftover LiveTrends design lunar design plants right over here. So you can see this is a lovely one as well for $18.98. Love the aesthetic. I do think that LiveTrends design always brings out the best types of planters and plants, and these are all the Pachira aquatica or the ficus ginseng. Like this one I've always featured in a lot of my videos, and it's because I just find the planter quite interesting. You can see right here, really good aesthetic, and then obviously I just love the gold trim on this for $18.98. So I am curious to see if they will actually make this into clearance at some point, and if they do, I may end up trying to save some more money by buying it. And then you can see right here we have some more plants that could be potential bonsai, and you can see this one. So you talk about like really interesting structure on the trunks. What an interesting one right over here. I don't know specifically what plant this is, but this is another bonsai that if you're into really cool trunks or exposed trunks, this is one that I would recommend purchasing. And then we have another one here. I want to show you this because I would actually buy this. This one is looking like it's struggling, but this is a Chinese elm bonsai. This would actually make a perfect root over rock bonsai. It is struggling. It is for $25.98, but if they actually clearance this out, I would totally buy it. You can see right there, that is the structure of it. Let me know if you would rescue it, or let me know if you think I should rescue it. I just don't have the funds to really just purchase plants to rescue. One thing I will say that is saving me hundreds of dollars while shopping for Plant Spring 2026 is just the approach of a more curated collection. So I'm not buying plants just to buy plants. Now over here, $24.98, we have a Monstera Stadliana or Monstera Cobra. We also have a ZZ plant. This is the Chameleon ZZ, which according to Costa Farms is super durable, and you can see right over here it does have an interesting variegation and coloration from it. So we're going to go ahead and just walk around here and just take a look at some more of these plants. This one right here is a beautiful Peperomia obtusifolia variegata, $26.98. You can see that it's in this LiveTrends, or actually Urban Jungle planter. Beautiful variegation, and this is one of the easiest houseplants to add in your plant collection. So really nice looking plant. And then let's go spin around here. It looks like we have some Hoya Comingiana. So for my Hoya heads, this one is for $19.98. Look at how cute that is. And Hoya Comingiana is another plant that is endemic to my home country, the Philippines. And you can see that these are planters that are kind of like spring, kind of like what is it, Easter theme, with the pastels and the pinks and the just pastel colors. Over here, this one is for $15.98, is another Peperomia obtusifolia. And then we have even more plants right over here by LiveTrends Design. They're very seasonally relevant. So you can see right here, more of a spring theme on this end right there. So Love this. And I feel like as far as big box store plant shopping for spring 2026 March edition, you can already see that we have some spring planters or spring theme planters. And if you see right here, this place is actually super full and restocked. So if you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, definitely check out the Prosper Texas Lowe's. They keep a very organized area of plants, and you can just see several new plants right here. I would love to know in the comments section what you think of the selection so far, and I am going to go ahead and show you another plant release. So you can see right here behind me, plant foldies. We have even more plant releases. This one is a really cool one, and I'm actually tempted to buy it. This is a LiveTrends design plant. This is a Philodendron Pink Princess Marble Galaxy. And again, I am not really a fan of Philodendron Pink Princess Urubescens just because the growth pattern, sometimes even putting them on a totem pole like this, the plant doesn't necessarily get larger leaves. Sometimes it has like smaller leaves. But if you see this right here, what a beautiful plant. And look, it's also got a pink base on it. This is LiveTrends design plant, $29.98. Beautiful plant. So if you're into pink plants, if you're into plants for spring, this one I think is a really good addition. I would say in the comment section, let me know what you think. Most people will actually not really get into that type of plant because it has become less and less popular. And speaking of popular, this one is another Philodendron, a new houseplant release. It's the first time, $22.98. This is an Urban Jungle plant. Philodendron, I'm trying to think, orange marmalade. So here's the thing about Philodendron orange marmalade. So we keep talking about how to save money, how to save hundreds and hundreds of dollars while going big box store plant shopping. And that is basically exercising patience. So meaning to say that this Philodendron orange marmalade used to be a lot more expensive about 2 years ago, but you can see this neon colored plant is now available at a big box store for only $22.98, which is a massive plant drop. So I just wanted to put that out there, and this is a new houseplant release for the first week of March 2026. So if you can see behind me, lots of plants. And speaking of which, Costa Farms has the live exotic angel luxury line. This one is for $14.98, and I've shown you this before. This one is the Syngonium Silver and gorgeous plant, one that I think that you should definitely get into, and one that I think that everybody should add to their plant collection, especially since it is one of the easy care plants. I am just so excited to see quite a bit of these new plants available. I know that Costa Farms has released a luxury line of houseplants like the Syngonium Maria right over here. Dark foliage plants. This one will get you dark foliage if you provide it bright indirect light. So just know that if you don't give it bright and indirect light, it's going to become a more paler, like murky green versus a chocolate brown. So lighting conditions do matter. But as far as some of the other plants we're seeing here, I am a fan of the luxury house plants, the hanging baskets specifically, $29.98. Look at this Hoya. I think this is a Hoya carnosa. Somebody let me know in the comments section, but this is a high quality one and one that I love the variegation on. 2026 is the year of possibly exploring new house plants, and this is another one. I don't know if anybody is a Hoya head or somebody that loves Hoyas, but this is a great plant find. And then there's actually a second one. Now, a couple of weeks back, about 3 weeks ago, I was able to find the variegated Hoya compacta variegata. I have yet to see it, but you can see right over here. Look at this. What? This at a big box store? Hoyas? Like this quality, this coloration, Now, y'all know if you like Hoyas that this is one that you definitely would buy. $29.98, and it has got a gorgeous planter. I'm probably gonna go broke if I just continue to go big box or plant shopping. So another way to save hundreds of dollars is to literally avoid the big box stores or the nurseries. But if you are a plant foldie that watches my videos, I would just say binge watch my content versus entering a actual big box store, because if you see all of these plants that I'm picking up like this is fabulous. This is what you need. This is what you need in your life today or right now. Is this a want or is this a need? Let me know in the comments section. But all of these hanging baskets, for instance, are definitely ones that I feel like you should consider adding. And then one last one. This one right here is a Synapsis exotica by I think this is what Urban Jungle, no, LiveTrends design plant. This one is for $22.94. Of the hanging baskets I've shown y'all, let me know in the comment section what you think. But can you believe we're finding new plants, new releases, new everything? If I am going to pick a plant that is going to be universally easy to grow and one that is affordable, it would have to be my favorite pothos plant, the neon pothos. This one is for $24.98 by Urban Jungle plants, and you can just see how gorgeous this is. It may not be as flamboyant as some of those variegated Hoyas I've shown you, but this one right here is definitely a stunner. Let me know if you are team pothos and if this is one plant that you would actually consider getting. But there are many other plants, and so I'm going to go ahead and give you some of the just some of the actual details in just a sec. But there are a couple more hanging baskets I wanted to show you. $21.98, massive Philodendron hederaceum right here, just the green form, the heart-shaped philodendron. And of course, who would not want to at least pick this up and say this alongside with me, plant foldies? Who would not be into saying Hydra Helix? This one doesn't really have a plant ID. It does have some slight variegation. I love English ivy. English ivy doesn't love me because they are very much so spider mite prone, but it is one that I feel like you should definitely consider growing outdoors. So I'm going to go ahead and give you some details of the plants, and then I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's video. Hopefully you are enjoying some of the commentary, some of the new plant finds. I definitely wanted to show you more new houseplants for 2026. So let's look at the details. So you can see right over here, this Philodendron orange marmalade is a must add to your plant collection. I think it's got some gorgeous coloration, and it's one that I really think that anybody that's into houseplants should really add into their collection. Lovely coloration. Just know that in order to maintain that variegation, you have to give it lots of bright indirect light. Again, $29.98. We have this gorgeous Philodendron Pink Princess Galaxy Marble, and we have even more Philodendron Pink Princess Galaxy Marble. See, the problem is when you find healthy looking plants like this, you are tempted to buy plants. But again, my best advice is don't always feel like you have to buy a plant because it is gorgeous, it is budget friendly. Sometimes, like for instance, in this case, I'm not going to buy this plant because I can just admire it while shopping at this big box store. But as you can see, this location is full of different plants. We even have these Urban Jungle planters right here, self-watering planters. This one is a Peperomia self-watering planter, and it is using sustainably sourced recycled materials. Love that. And you can even see right over here, we have some more LiveTrends design plants. This is a Sansevieria bird's nest. Love this. And this is for only $14.98. Urban Jungle Plants has a really unique aesthetic. You can tell it's an Urban Jungle plant because of the use of terracotta, stoneware, and natural elements. This one again is for $14.98. Sansevieria Moonshine. This one is also low light tolerant and drought tolerant. And then you can just see right over here the details of these Hoyas. I think if I were to choose which Hoya to buy today, it would definitely be this one. I mean, this is just stunning right over here. This is the luxury line collection by Costa Farms. Definitely looks very curated, and I would say this is definitely one that would fit into people's plant collections. I'm curious to see if anybody else is finding the variegated Hoya compacta. I saw a couple, I was able to get them, and this one right here too, highly variegated Hoya. I just feel like, you know, Hoyas are becoming even more popular. They never really go out of style. I just don't know quite a bit about them. So maybe this year I'll be able to get my Hoyas to bloom, but that is one plant that I would really recommend. And then this is just a normal Costa Farms hanging basket. So this isn't the luxury line, but this is another gorgeous Hoya carnosa Crimson Princess. This one is for $21.98. So this full Lowe's location with all of these different types of house plants readily available. And then we have some Syngonium right over here. This one is for $24.98 by Costa Farms. Mount Salak Syngonium, another Syngonium I would love to add to my plant collection. And of course, you already know Plant Foldies. I'm going to be obnoxious about this, but if you haven't already, $15.98. Aglaonema red Siam. Everybody needs to add an Aglaonema into their houseplant collection because it is one of the most easiest plants to grow, and they're budget friendly, low light tolerant, drought tolerant. The Aglaonema red Siam is the mascot of my plant YouTube channel, Growfold. So please, please, please get yourself an Aglaonema red Siam. We also have a Philodendron golden crocodile right here. This one is $19.98, and just look at how lovely the serrated leaves look. Gotta love this plant. I do. And then you can see right over here we have a Calathea macuyata as well. $15.98. It is another plant that I would recommend if you like foliage, but I wouldn't recommend if you don't have the right environmental conditions, such as higher humidity levels and consistent watering. And then we also have this beautiful Philodendron Moonlight. And you can tell the neon colored plants, this one hasn't gotten as much light, so it is a little bit greener as compared to, say, the Philodendron Golden Crocodile. So they're both neon colored plants, but they do require quite a bit of light, because you can even see right here, this one is an example of one that hasn't received quite a bit of bright indirect light. You definitely need to give that. And that's really the only drawback when it comes to neon colored plants. So just FYI on that. And we also have a bird's nest fern right over here, crocodile fern. Look at the scales of this plant. It really does look like scales, and I love the texture of this one. This one is an urban jungle plant as well. So I don't know, Plant Foldies, we have quite a bit of plants to look at, so little time, but just know that if you enjoy this content, again, and made it this far into the video, please make sure you're pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. And I am gonna go ahead and just show you a couple more details of the plants and then give you my recap. So you can see here, Neon Pothos. This one is for $5.98. This is a need. We also have a Hydra Helix. This one is for $5.98. This one is the Little Herman English Ivy right over here by Costa Farms. And then we also have two different types of waffle plants. This one is $8.98, the Snow White waffle plant. Beautiful coloration on that one. And then if you like dark foliage plants, we have the purple waffle plant right over here. So this one is another gorgeous selection. I would definitely recommend them if you are putting together a terrarium. And then you can see right here we have Dracaenas. This is the Lemon Surprise Dracaena, another easy care house plant. This is another one I would choose to add to anybody's plant collection, especially if you're wanting to add new plants for spring 2026. And then we also have the Monstera Celtibicana. This is another plant that looks like an Epipremnum pinnatum. I like it. I love the texture of the leaves. And I feel like this is another really budget-friendly plant as well that Costa Farms has. So if you haven't seen Costa Farms collection or the line that they have, definitely visit their website, costafarms.com, and you'll see what new releases that they have available. And then lastly, we're going to just look at a couple more plants. This one is a really nice looking Dracaena Florida Beauty. Love the speckling, $5.98. I swear I could spend all day picking up plants and showing y'all this, but I actually have to get going soon. But you know, as far as today's video, I hope you guys have enjoyed some of the commentary, some of us just looking at plants, and basically know that spring is almost here. And if you follow my YouTube channel, know that I will be making daily plant content for all of y'all to enjoy and see. You can see like right over here, we do have all of these gorgeous new exotic angel plants right over here. So Lowe's is definitely getting restocked with several plants. So if you're a fan like this one, this is actually a really cool looking Rex begonia. You have to go to your Lowe's location. This is definitely a preview of what you will find whenever you're going to a Lowe's location. Like this one right here is another Hydra helix. This one looks like a neon one. It is the California Fan Ivy, but it has more of a lighter green tone around it. I love a fresh crop of exotic angel plants by Costa Farms. There's lots of Phoetonias, for instance. This is the red and Phoetonia. And lastly, I'm going to show you this one right here. This is actually my favorite pothos, or second favorite pothos, and this is the Neon Queen pothos. So it's a highly variegated plant. This one is for $8.98. You can see that the roots are popping out, meaning that it is a highly established plant in general. So let's go ahead and recap today's video, and I will just go ahead and finish it off with a couple of my thoughts on today's plants that we saw today. Plant foldies. So in today's video, again, we went over some of the new houseplant releases for March 2026. We looked at some of the new Urban Jungle planters, the new LiveTrends design planters, and obviously the Costa Farms new plant releases such as the luxury line. If I were to sum up some of the plants I would personally buy in today's video, I would actually attempt to grow a Philodendron Pink Princess Marble Galaxy, because I do like the color of the planter. It's already on a totem and it's got some really nice variegation. That would be one choice I would have. That one is a LiveTrends design plant. This one is an Urban Jungle plant. I would definitely invest in getting a Philodendron Orange Marmalade, even though this is a plant that has a little bit of a challenge in terms of maintaining the coloration. For the price that is being asked, it is a really good deal. Another way to save money on a gorgeous houseplant that used to be quite expensive. And then as far as some of the Costa Farms plants, I would definitely choose to buy the Exotic Angel Luxury Line Hanging Basket Collection. Look at this coloration on this particular Hoya. You can't beat it, or at least I feel like you can't beat it. And this is another one that I feel like is really good as far as the price, $29.98. You get a really modern looking plant. Now, as far as plants that are easy care, I've mentioned this before, but I would definitely consider buying the Costa Farms Luxury Line Exotic Angel. Syngonium Maria, that is a top contender as far as an easy care house plant. Another one I would also recommend is, I already picked this up earlier, but this one right here, the Neon Queen pothos. This one is for only $8.98. Just a couple of more updates in terms of me. Thank you guys for actually taking the time to use the hashtag Team Grow Talks. That is going to be my new plant podcast that I will be releasing very soon. I am working on that new content, and for those that have always shown me support, I appreciate it. This is just something that I truly enjoy. I will definitely be back at this particular Lowe's location because it is massively stocked, and we didn't even talk about all of these blooming plants right here. Like, what? Okay guys, if you enjoyed today's video, definitely press the next video that's popping up on the screen. Like and subscribe, hype, and do the quizzes that I put here. My name is Richie at Growfolds. Good vibes always, good vibes only, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. See ya.